Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough, and since I haven't done that many commentaries this year, I decided that I'd make a commentary out of this one, because I've never watched this show. This was a kind of request from Nostalgia Kid. After we sat down and watched Da Boom Crew for my review of that show, he said, oh yeah, you should talk about Captain N, the Game Master, because we referenced it in that episode, so I figured it'd be appropriate to actually sit down and watch this show. But instead of doing a review, I decided I'd sit down and watch this show for the first time and give some initial thoughts and reactions by doing a commentary on it instead. So this is the first episode of Captain N, the Game Master, Kevin in Videoland. And what I know about this show is that it was a very late 80s, early 90s attempt to try and market Nintendo stuff. I know that there are several points in the show where the animation is so lazy they just don't add backgrounds, and they eventually added a character whose sole function it was to just promote the Game Boy. This was also during that period where there was also the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and there was the Zelda cartoon that was in that as well. So yeah, this is definitely during that period where Nintendo was trying to get its name out there through television, and the end result was stuff like this. So yeah, let's get into it. This is Captain N, the Game Master, Episode 1, Kevin in Videoland.
Welcome to Videoland.
Okay. Oh god, hello, Mega Man.
Wake up, Kid Icarus.
I'm sorry, I thought his name was Pit. Oh. Hi, Donkey Kong. Oh, hey, look, it's Audrey, too.
For 7 years, Mother Brain's minions have laid siege on the Palace of Power.
I'm just confused as to all the Nintendo villains they could have used. They went with these guys?
Nothing, Mother Brain. Nothing's funny at all.
That's right.
Mother Brain makes sense, at least.
In the Palace of Power.
Mother Brain plots the palace's doom. The beautiful Princess Lana is filled with despair.
The beautiful Princess Lana from no actual game whatsoever.
Longer. Kid Icarus, your loyalty has never diminished.
Just doing my duty, Your Highness.
Mega Man, you fought
Why does he have a
bravely
slight
and
New
well.
York accent?
A pleasure to serve you, Your Worship.
Now, if you need me, I gotta go get some more
Our
death
anchor
sticks
in
at
a
the street
long,
corner.
Terrible storm.
I know.
Oh god, why? Simon Belmont, they made him look like some pretty boy fashionista mountain climber.
There are powers beyond those.
Oh god, the Power Glove! The original Infinity Gauntlet, Freddy Krueger.
Now I'm playing with power.
Whoa, I'm being stuck to the TV through crappy effects! Oh god, that Max Headroom looking thing.
What? How do we get here?
And of course the
Simon
dog's there.
Belmont, Kid Icarus, Mega Man? You're just so many computer bytes in my game cartridges. Wow, they're real.
He's taking this oddly well.
Looks like the ultimate warp brought us the ultimate wimp.
I'm Princess Lana.
I don't remember you from any video game, lady.
I'm in love.
Wow, that was quick.
The ultimate warp zone brought you here.
You mean like Warp Zone 4 and Super Mario Bros?
Oh, that is such a
Something
plug.
like that.
Just to point this out, the kid, Kevin here, is voiced by Matt Hill, the same guy behind Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy,
Hey, I
so...
don't even have my
Hi, Matt
driver's
Hill.
license.
Sure is, Copernicus. It's happening to all of us.
If you cannot help us, Mother,
I don't know what's more annoying,
Video
the pitch of his voice or the fact he has to put a kiss at the end of almost every word. So they just technically kidnapped this kid from his normal everyday life to now he has to be stuck in the video game world as its defender.
Your cuteness.
I'm never gonna get used to Simon in this.
Oh, Father,
That's
the
her
legend just
dad?
failed us. The one it brought is just not strong enough to meet the challenge.
He's not an epic gamer!
I've tried to lead our people since you disappeared, but I failed you.
So, that should make her queen, not princess.
I've got a job for you.
Anything you
Wow, it is
desire.
like Da Boom Crew. Evil villain sending out the two bumbling henchmen to go take care of things.
Kidnap the princess and bring her to me.
Wouldn't that make more sense to have Donkey Kong do that? Although Donkey Kong's technically not a villain anymore. Like I said, why these two guys? Why not other Nintendo villains?
Go with him, you brainless idiot.
Yes, your sugar meatness. Yes, yes.
And why does he sound kind of like a poor man's droopy dog?
Then I'll be the beautiful queen of video land.
Don't you mean princess? Excuse me?
Don't fret your little mega mind. There's only one
Whoa!
person who can
They
choose the
predicted
princess.
one of Will Ferrell's
I'm
best
the
movies.
How do we know which door leads to the princess?
Oh god, I can just tell this is going to be a case of like the Bubsy pilot, where the two bumbling sidekicks are not only incredibly incompetent but annoying.
Unless you warp him out of town for a while. Excuse yourself, you pig.
It wasn't him. Why hit him? He didn't do it.
Your Highness? It's me, Kevin. I need to talk to you.
You're not Kevin. You're Ed.
Is everything all right in there?
Yes, everything's just fine.
I just tried to be
Can I
funny.
come in?
Use that NES zapper, yo.
Princess Lana! Put her down!
Whatever you say.
Whoa!
Why? Oh no, he's heavily armed with fruit.
Wow.
It was a drive-by fruiting.
Kevin!
What?
All right, that's it.
Wow,
You
okay.
guys are toast. Lana!
Buttered toast, that is. I'm gonna get a lot of Ed, Edd n Eddy references out of here.
We've got to find the princess.
Don't worry, it's Maximus. She's safe with Simon.
Oh, God. With Swayman!
Mega Man, shine my boots. Kid Icarus, I could use a little trim. Not too much off the top, however.
Like, out of all Nintendo's roster, this is how you portray these guys?
Wrong, Warp Brain. It's this one.
No way.
Tell you what, I'll flip you for it. Heads we go my way, tails we go yours.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't use the Mario coin sound effect. They've been using Nintendo sound effects this whole time. Reused from the intro. At least they're using music from the NES in the background. This is like sometimes they get stuff from games correct, and other times they're just absolutely lazy with this crap.
It's Congo Land.
Congoland? But that's the home of Donkey Kong!
Oh hey, wow, they actually do have Donkey Kong in here. DK! Donkey Kong. Oh, okay. And yet still has more dignity here than in the Donkey Kong TV show. Oh god.
That wasn't the kind of snap I had in mind.
Those good old late 80s, early 90s puns you'd find in these shows.
Phew. That wasn't so bad. Yes, it was.
So not only did they make Simon Belmont extremely foppish, but they also, for some reason, made him incredibly incompetent on top of that.
Hey, thanks, Gavinikus. You're a pretty good game master after all.
Certainly better than that stupid ninja kiss.
Trust me, he says. Ha! I'd sooner trust a vampire to give me a shave.
That's probably the closest thing to an actual reference to the Castlevania games they've done with
Closer
him.
to the edge of the volcano.
No!
Are you nuts?
I know what I'm doing. Trust me.
I trust you, Gavinikus.
You just shook his head no.
We'll see just how good you are when you try to survive the corridors of Metroid.
Let me guess, we're gonna get the obligatory,
Don't worry, I played Metroid. I know my way out of here.
I mean, they did that earlier. I mean, crap, if you're gonna have Metroid in the show, why don't you actually have Samus as a character? Like, why not? Okay, they just found their way there, right.
Get in!
What you gonna do now, dude?
I'm not going
That was the best insult you had?
Whip is going
Dude.
to whoop you.
Ah!
Hey,
Look out! Get away from us!
Bow chicka wow wow.
Too dangerous to finish her off.
And, oh, there you go. There's the obligatory, oh, we can't finish the job now. That way, you get to have them fight the same villains, intermixed with a bunch of other villains that show up maybe as one-offs, in between for the rest of the show.
Yes. Well, it was very nice of you to drop by. Do come back and visit us soon in, say, 20 years.
Hopefully he's still playing video games by then.
Better not be playing that foolish game. You have homework to do. And don't forget to take out the trash.
On second thought, I guess I could stay just a little while longer.
Wow. And that's their justification. Well, responsibilities, chores, screw that. I'm just gonna stay, potentially get very hurt in the video game world. Sorry, Mom. So, first episode of Captain N, the Game Master, yeah, pretty much set up exactly the kind of tropes that would fall into this show. We didn't really get as much of the lazily just not adding in backgrounds thing. That apparently happens way later. But there were obviously points where they reused animation. It just feels very odd that they either misrepresent characters as badly as they do, or don't even try to capitalize on some of the other games. I mean, you got Metroid in there. Why not have Samus be a character? You have Mother Brain as like the main antagonist. So why not have Samus be a part of it? I guess maybe they figured they already had Mario and Zelda as like their own things. So they were like, we don't have to do that. But that's even weird because they eventually had a crossover episode with the Zelda cartoon. So it's like, and hell, I mean, they got Donkey Kong in there too. So it's like, what the hell's that? And then on top of that, you've got the whole princess, even though she should technically be queen thing. It's like, oh, well, and even then, she's not even from any game. They specifically just made her up for the show. And to finish off criticisms, I mean, the concept itself is just so plain, and I've said that before. The whole video gamer gets sucked into video game world thing is just... We've seen it so many times before, but the one stipulation for that is that it was a massive promotional piece for Nintendo, and just like, hey, look, we're Nintendo, look at our stuff. It feels like if the show was made slightly differently, it probably could have been a little bit better. Because, like, while some of the characters are horribly misused, or they don't, like, utilize certain characters at all, they actually do use Nintendo music in the background of certain scenes, and they use sound effects from Nintendo games, so it's like, they had that aspect fine, it's just the characterization that was a little bit off. But as for a first episode, it perfectly establishes everything I was expecting, even down to the, oh no, we can't stop the bad guys right here and now because then we wouldn't have a show, so we have to leave them now. We may have won the battle, but we didn't win the war, so we gotta come back to them at a later date, and we'll take on these bad guys one episode after the next. Can't end off the villains right now, because then we can't have them as the main villains. Which sometimes that works, other times that just feels really, really cheap. Overall, this first episode, I wasn't annoyed like with the Ninja comic, which just felt like one big vanity piece for Ninja, and it also wasn't as annoying as Da Boom Crew, because Da Boom Crew was just scattered with nothing but that wannabe cool early 2000s slang that was just irritating. Yeah, Captain N, the Game Master. It's at least better than Da Boom Crew, but only by slightly. Anyway, as for the next MediaWiz video, I'm going to be talking about Post-Apocalypto, which was Tenacious D's last album / movie. And I got some things to say about that. Even though Tenacious D was my favorite band of all time, and I love a lot of their music, and Pick of Destiny is my all-time favorite movie, I have some thoughts about Post-Apocalypto, so I'll talk about that in that video when it comes out. Until then, I'm the MediaWiz, because one art form wasn't enough.